Hello, everyone. I'm back with another episode of Minecraft Something Special Part 2. Now, it's been a while since I did the last part. As you can see, I'm in pretty familiar territory as I've already shown you guys this part. However, I did add something to these hallways going up the stairs. I decided that I wanted to actually add Jonah's dad's office. Now, as you can see clearly, I added some mods in since the last time I did a video for you guys, and that is meant to kind of add a little more detail to this stuff. So this is Jonah's dad's office. He has a degree in psychology, as is lazily displayed on the wall right there, saying degree in psychology. Um, and the idea of this office, though, is kind of meant to look a little bit like a therapist's office. So you have, these shelves of books here. You have this, what's supposed to be a couch there, and then you have this, this desk, laptop. The camera, honestly, I haven't really quite, from a storytelling standpoint, I haven't really quite figured out what I wanted for that. Um, Although I think it could be kind of something cool that maybe I might work on later on story wise. So yeah, this is Jonah's dad's office, and that's really loud. And basically, we have more text here. Keep going, Jonah. Okay, let's see. Honey, look at him go. You guys have already seen this garden, as I showed you guys last time. Now this, I remember at the end of the last video, I showed you guys that I was already working on the flight of stairs. Well, now here is the finished product of this section of the building. This is all meant to look really dark. This is kind of this is kind of meant to represent a little bit of, that was a very scary sound I just heard. A little bit of just kind of how I guess just kind of how exhilarating an experience it is for Jonah to learning how to walk, going from crawling to walking, and how it's also very difficult. This here, it's very thin. I've never had a problem, and obviously you can see that there is no support down there. You will fall down. You will fall down into the bottom of the earth there in this world. Um, and it's sort of meant to represent something of like a, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Um, Although I've never had any problems going up this place as long as I'm careful. And obviously this is creative mode, so if I should ever fall off, I can just fly back up. So this is meant, sorry guys about that, I had to deal with a little bit of an issue. I had to actually go through the rest of the building that I had finished just to see if it was raining outside, and sure enough it was. But anyway, back to what I was doing. You can see here that what I've placed, okay, first of all on this side. On this side, we have these portraits here. This is meant to be Jonah. This is a picture of Jonah. Um, and then over here, this is a picture of a red tulip that Jonah's mom has in the garden. And I always had this idea that maybe she gives him like this red tulip that he ends up keeping. It's kind of like a, kind of memorabilia of his mother. Over here, we have a book, which is kind of meant to represent Jonah's love of books and um, his father's fascination with books in his office. Here we have kind of a glass of milk. This is kind of supposed to represent the, a young child's classic desire, for a good cup of milk. And then over here, this is actually supposed to represent Jonah's closet, which I will explain to you here in a little bit. And then on this side, you will see samples of what it, kind of these samples of places I've already shown you. Hang on, let me, okay, well, obviously I'm really bad at this. Um, Sun's going down. Um, there we go. Anyway, so this is meant to be Jonah's dad's office, and then over here is meant to be a sample of Jonah's mom's garden. And then here is meant to be a sample of Jonah's bedroom with his closet right there, as you know, as you saw in the portrait right here. Yes, the picture right here. So up here, there we go. It says, "Good job, son. You're walking." Now we get to go into Jonahs Room, which we got to see a glimpse of through a window back there, but now we actually get to walk inside of it. So I had to recreate Jonahs Room, try to make it look as accurate as possible to what we saw back there. Except this time add in a couple additional toys and stuff like that. So you have like R2-D2 here. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I want to make sure there's like an R2-D2 right there. And then you have a TARDIS right here. And then you have the same chest that you see back there in Jonahs Room as well. Now, one of the most interesting things I wanted was that I really wanted to kind of recreate this, you know, fear of monsters in the closet. I actually had this idea where I broke parts of the wall on both sides, the walls on both sides here, and I had these monsters contained in glass. But in order for that to happen, I had to set the mode to easy, which meant that monsters, and they were literally like zombies, like running through the building and all that kind of stuff, and it was a bit much. It was hard to control, so I just, for the time being, you know, I may change it later on down the road, but for the time being, all I have right now are just these heads on the walls to represent that Jonah is afraid of monsters in his closet, which is meant to add further meaning to this and this. And these bats that you see here, I actually spawned these here on purpose. Again, this place is supposed to have something of a creepy atmosphere to it. I keep hearing these weird noises going on in the game. It's so weird. But anyway, close that door, because I don't like the bats flying around. Now, down here is very interesting. It's okay, Jonah, nothing's going to jump out of the closet, so there you go. This is a work in progress. Haven't gotten the whole roof over this, obviously. This is meant to be a church. This is supposed to represent the fact that Jonah's parents are religious. However, you know, would Jonah actually be religious, you know, down the road? We don't know yet. That's a conflict I'm actually kind of working up in my head. Again, this is kind of meant to be something of like a story-driven thing. This is supposed to be a story told through all these different rooms and all these different hallways. You know, and obviously, as you saw at the very beginning in the last video, it starts at birth. So it's a very interesting life story of a fictional character that I can't wait to show more of you guys. There will be basically so that you can still see everything through this window, there's going to be a passageway. There's actually going to be a passageway through here, which will kind of extend through this hallway, which will lead on to the next room. But right now I'm working on the roof right here. And as you can see also, I'm working on, okay, so this right here, you see this. This is actually something that I will be building gray stone blocks around. In fact, all of this is going to actually have gray stone blocks built around it, and oh my gosh, the church is hovering in the air. That is very interesting. So this is the outer layer on the side. Again, I'm going to have gray stone blocks built around all of this so that everything actually looks rather, you know, everything looks kind of vague. You can't really tell. And there's a horse standing right by the building. So this right here, all of this is the hospital, and then this is, and then stopping there, this is where you go in through. Here's Jonah's mom's garden. And then this way is the big, it took forever to build, place. I was going to say, like, sanctum, but I'm not entirely sure that's exactly fitting. So, that, a lot shorter video this time around. That's all I've got for you guys right now, but, but I'm working on, as you can see, I'm working diligently on getting more done. It's just I've been very busy lately. I've been writing a book, and I'm back in college for the semester, and I also have a job because I need to make money. So, with that being all said, thank you guys for watching again. Please comment below, tell me what you think, what needs to maybe be improved or anything like that. I'm always open for suggestions, even if it means having to tear some things down. I do want to make sure that this looks like, something that people would be very engaged in traveling through and learning the story and stuff like that. Because as I progress through this building, as I make more, everything is actually going to get a lot more complex and a lot more thought-provoking and symbolic and stuff like that. I'm a huge sucker for that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.